Thank you. I know it makes me feel like Keith Richards. I'm here to entertain you, and I am also here to make all of you look young and beautiful. I'm gonna do I still have 40 minutes, or should I shorten it a bit? About 40 minutes? Yeah. 40 minutes with information about where we are on the new generation of software that we call Star Suite. We named this conference Elevate with Star because Star Suite will enable you to elevate to the next level. We bring things into our software that will be good for you. That's why we would like to elevate you, help you, assist you to become better, like we was mentioned yesterday. What is Star Suite? Star Suite is an integrated suite of secure web apps that increase productivity, improve collaboration, and enhance maintenance capabilities, all powered by Star Information Systems. So it's a set of applications, all brought into one or several user interfaces. Some of the apps are made for a desktop, typical desktop. Some apps are made for a mobile device. And if you have something in between, like an iPad, you can actually run both the Explorer and the web-based application on the same unit. But they are made for different purpose. The Star Suite mobile applications are made to be able to support users when they're out in the field, which also means that you can go offline with your mobile device. You can prepare what you want to do, get it into your mobile device. You can go into a place where you don't have Wi-Fi or internet, but you still have the support when you need to do something on the spot in the field. While coming back into Wi-Fi or internet, it will all automatically synchronize with the main system. Star Suite is a replacement of Star IPS and Star FSM and Star Project Application and more. So all the modules, all the functions that Star always has provided is now going into Star Suite. It also has a set of dashboards. Star Analytics is a family of Power BI dashboard or elements for the management purpose, typical at the office. It could also be used on board if you have a good internet connection, but we typically don't install this on the vessels, but it's installed in the cloud somewhere available. So there's a number of pre-prepared standard dashboards that we can provide. We can mix it with other Power BI presentation that you have in your company. Data is extracted from the operational databases into a data warehouse or a data lake. And then from the data lake, we do these presentations on the computer. So there are various way to present data, like trends, different kind of information. If you see on the right-hand side, there are different sections of dashboards that are available. It's quite a high number, actually, and it's increasing. For the onboard user, there's also a dashboard. This is the Star Explorer user interface, and it has a Star front, similar but different from what was in Star IPS. We're now using something called widgets, and also the widgets can come in different shapes for different purpose. So the dashboard to be used on board is meant to be as a presentation of what's the condition right now, while the dashboards in the Power BI in the analytics also look into trends, useful for management to see how are we doing. Are we improving or are we not improving? While on board, there's a condition, say, what's the condition of my vessel right now, or the data in the Star system actually. We are about to release new version of Star Suite, where we also make small dashboards inside the modules. So for instance, when you're logging into opening up the, what's this? This is the management of change module. You see that there are 5 MOCs that need a action. 5 are in review mode, etc. So in addition to have everything in the straight lists, as you were used to in Star IPS and in Star Suite previously, you can now switch between a list view and this dashboard view. And we are implementing this in all modules. So kind of improving the user interface, and so far we get positive feedback on what we've done. I'll jump into a live one afterwards so you can see that it actually works. I also mentioned a few things about the architecture. When we do presentation of Star Suite as a web-based solution, it's always a question whether it's installed only in the cloud. Can we have installations on board? Can you have the installation in your own hardware? Can you have the installations, or does it all run in our computers? And the answer is that you can choose. You can choose whether all vessels should connect to a central cloud, or if you want to have a local mini cloud installed on board the vessel like you have today. And so far, I think all of our customers has chosen to install locally on the vessels, and data will still be replicated. What's new in Star Suite is that we can increase or reduce the time between the replication. So on all the installations right now, we replicate data every 15 minutes. But we also tested that we can replicate every 5 minutes because we have improved the replication engine. That means that it's not real-time data exchange, but it's quite close. Another thing is that we are monitoring and we are controlling the distribution of new versions. So right now, we are updating our customers every 2 weeks with new releases. You don't have to receive the new releases every 2 weeks. You can also decide that we'd still like to test every release before it's deployed to the vessels. Then you will probably not update every 2 weeks. And we can also, from our control center, this is called Star Center, we can decide which of what we call the nodes. A node could be an office or it could be a vessel that will be updated when. But I think we have good experience now from just doing the upgrades to all the nodes at the same time. So all customers are on the same version. All customers are always updated. And if there is a bug If there is something that needs to be fixed, we can fix it and we can deploy, and everything is automatically updated. You don't need to do anything on your side. It's automatically updated for all users. Just a few seconds after we have pushed a button in our Star Central. I think that will take away a lot of workload from your IT managers or system administrators. But it also take away then the thing that we are able to test and verify all their versions before it's deployed. But I don't think there is a need for it anymore. So where are we? We are, like I said, we are not fully there, but we are almost there when it comes to taking all the Star IPS functionality into Star Suite. Star Explorer is the desktop application that's replacing Star IPS. And the only thing when it comes to asset maintenance and projects and docking that's not in Star Suite is the assembly specification and the assemblies. I don't think anybody except Fugro is using it at the moment. But in addition to having everything from Star IPS there, you also get the mobile apps and a new module for observations, and the new functionality for checklist, and you get the AI functionality we call Star Navi. On the supply and logistics part, we still don't have the budget, but as we spoke about yesterday, we are about to enable that module. And the transportation manager is still not in Star Explorer. But the thing about Star Transportation Manager is that it's a separate application. And all Star IPS applications and Star Suite works together hand in hand. So if you can live with having those who works with the Transportation Manager working in the old Star IPS user interface, until we have it in Star Explorer, that will still work together. All the purchase orders that you raise in Star Suite can be transferred in the Transportation Manager. It can be received in Transportation Manager, and everything appears in Star Suite as well. So if you can live with that for the next month before we get the Transportation Manager working, that will help for that. Yeah, there are 4 apps related to supply and logistics that's new in Star Explorer. On the QHSE and document side, almost everything is over as well. Get several apps in addition to the modules. Flash alert is still not there, but it's coming shortly. Forms is a problem on 64-bit Excel. It doesn't work. But I think everything that you have in forms can be transferred into checklists, which is a standard functionality inside the application. So your very special forms can be a part of the checklists, and the problem with 64-bit Excel is also gone at the same time. At the moment, we have 11 mobile apps that support the user on site. The work order is the main one, but also things like being able to take a checklist and verify that all the items on the checklist are checked and reported on. Reporting incidents doing a receipt on purchase orders on deck where the goods are delivered, rather than running into the office and check whether all items on the purchase order is delivered. It's easier to do it on site. Things like that. At the user conference here in Amsterdam, 3 years ago, we had a guy from DNV talking about data quality on reporting on maintenance jobs. He said that whether people say done according to instruction or whether they reported a long free text, it didn't matter much when it comes to being able to do analysis on the history that is reporting on maintenance jobs. What really could bring quality into the maintenance history if there was checklists to be used as the reporting. So we created the checklist module. Checklists can be connected to equipment. Checklists can be connected to work instructions. That all brings together into the scheduled jobs and the work orders. So if you're preparing the jobs with checklists, they will appear on all the work orders. And if there's a checklist connected to a job, the checklist has to be filled in before the work order can be sent to the history. And data is saved in a database. So we can build trend reports into the system, or out in the system, that present trends that can be used for prediction. So I think it's a very good thing. It's also very dynamic. It can replace forms. You can have checklists that are independent, so it doesn't have to be from a maintenance job. You can have checklists used for as a port arrival, preparation before you leave port. You can use them for handovers, for anything that is where you have a checklist where to support the operation. And of course, in audit and inspection, and yeah, we're going to have some sessions later today, I think, about checklists. It's a very good and very strong. There is an example of a checklist where you can put in numbers, text. You have a yes/no option, and if you select yes here, for instance, the system will force you to put in a comment. So it's a lot of logic that we can build into the checklists as well. We have also, last user conference, we got a question from one of our customers, Altera. They would say, can you build a observation solution for us? And we took it as a challenge and say, how fast can we build a new app in StarSuite? It took about twice as long time as we expected, but I think in 2 months or so, we built this observation app where you can have it on your mobile device. If you walk around on the vessel and you see something that is not right, it's not a part of an inspection, it's not a part of the maintenance job, but you see something that this is not right. You can click on create a new observation. You can write something, you can click a picture. If you know the technical account, you can type in the technical account or select from the list. If your equipment is tagged with a QR code, you can scan it with a QR scanner, and it automatically picks up the right information about the equipment and save it. And then from there, you can decide, do we need to replace the equipment? Do we need to raise a corrective job here? But the observation is a starting point for what to be done next. That's a part of StarSuite. Type approval of software. We don't have the certificate yet, but I know that we have passed all the new requirements that's in there. There are new requirements for us for the type approval, which also means that there are new requirements for you. They require that it's a reference to what they call the product model, PMOD, in addition to the traditional class codes. There's a requirement for circulating equipment. If you take one equipment, take it from off one vessel and either put it in another location on the vessel, or if you put it into another vessel, it's a requirement that the history for that equipment and the running hours for equipment should follow the equipment as it is relocated. That functionality has been in STAR for a long time, but now it's also a requirement from DNV. They have a highlight on overdue work orders. They have a highlight on postponed work orders. So we need to visualize it in our software. So it's easy to see which one are overdue or which one have been postponed. It's also a requirement that there is an integration to their Veracity software. Veracity is where they get all the maintenance history from the vessel automatically. We build an API, an interface against the Veracity. It's a requirement that the Veracity is updated at least once a year. But with this integration that we have put up, it goes automatically. Or every time, or after the replication between the vessel and the office, and at a certain frequency every day, maintenance history is fed into Veracity at DNV. So you can then go in there and do the analysis and use the tools that comes with Veracity. We were also told that there will be new requirements for oil and gas related vessels. That means drilling rigs, accommodation rigs, and oil production or FPSOs. So there will be a requirement for saying whether equipment is a part of a technical barrier, yes, no. There's also something called a component category. I think start or end start means that it's static or non-static component. Another field for a component type, machinery, drilling or production, deferred yes, no, and it's a requirement to have a trace of job revision numbers on work instruction. One thing that is not there yet in Star Suite is the gatekeeper. And the reason why we haven't done a copy of the gatekeeper functionality that we have in Star IPS, in Star Suite, is that we want to cover all kind of revision of objects in Star with a generic function to keep track of revisions and an approval of new items that has been inserted or requested to be inserted, like we do have in the gatekeeper, where somebody on board can insert a new spare part, but it will not be activated to be used until it has been approved by somebody onshore, saying that, yeah, this is a valid new spare part that we'd like to bring into the list. Same thing, on board they might suggest a revision of a maintenance job, but it has to be approved by the PMS or CMMS responsible first, prior to be activated for the vessel. So we want to have a functionality on top of that also control revisions in the same way. It will come. We might release a copy of the gatekeeper functionality because we are struggling a little bit in the foundation how to do this with all kind of objects, but it will come in Star Suite. Another thing is that it is a requirement for what they call the measurement. And it's a bit strange because it's just a free text field that they want to have there. I think our solution with checklists is a better way to report any measurement rather than just in the free text field. But we'll see, maybe we can work a little bit with DNV and see whether we can implement the checklist concept into how they can receive data, because they are not prepared to receive the checklist data in veracity. They still can only receive what's in the field that I have defined. So on the veracity side in DNV, the content in the checklists cannot be imported yet. But hopefully there will be a requirement, or they will have a way to cover that. You may not be able to see this, but for those who are already on Star Suite, we have added a new column saying postponed, yes, no. And this was the only thing that we need to make changes for when it comes to the type approval of the software. We do have highlighting the postponed jobs. If you make a change to the due date on a work order, this field here, the date field, will have a red color. But that was not sufficient for them. They said that, oh, we need to have a filtering function to filter for those jobs that are postponed. So we just added a column for it, for postponed yes, no. And this thing is just, it happens automatically once you change the due date for a work order. So that's something that comes in has been released in the latest version of Star Suite. Okay. But it's not true until you have seen it, is it? So this is this is live. This is the star front. This is the technical account structure. Come on. This always happens under presentations. I don't know why. Work planning, schedule jobs. You see the dashboard view, or you can switch to list view, the traditional star way of presenting data. We are implementing this dashboard view in all modules now. Like if I go to spare parts, it will do some calculations and we'll do some listing and the presentation. Yeah. For in some modules. Some modules, you can assign tasks to a position. And to be able to shortly filter on what's my task, the system also look into me as a user. I logged in, which position or positions do I have on board, which I can see on my profile. I'm responsible for actions. I'm a chief engineer and I'm a master at the moment. And in here, I can see my content only. That means that these are the tasks that have been assigned to me. So I don't need to look for what's in there for me to do. The system will give it to me. Or if I also want to see everything, I just take away this tick box, and then it should present everything that's in this module. So we implement this in all modules. It's quite easy to add more buttons or filters. So if you have any good idea about what kind of filters or buttons do you want to have in there, we just implement it in just some minutes, and then it will be part of the next release that we deploy to all users. Free of charge. Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah. Mobile devices. Work orders. Just counting and checking. The mobile devices or application, they will adapt to the size of the screen that you have. Now I'm running the mobile device on my computer, so it's quite wide, but it will adapt to the screen. It's a part of the technology that we put into our application, that they know exactly what kind of unit you work on, so it will adapt. So this is a work order. I can save this work order to my device and have it with me wherever I go. I can see my list of materials that is planned to be used. I can even report that it's been used, even when I'm offline. I can see any documents that is needed, any manual, any instruction, any video, any drawing, any image, picture, whatever. I can also report failures, and I see all the maintenance history on this equipment. It comes with the work order when you download it to the mobile device. So this one here has a checklist connected. So I can open the checklist and I report on the checklist as a part of the maintenance history. E-learning, finally, it's here. We have 21 e-learning sessions supporting the most used operations on board. And yeah, it comes with with instructions like sound, and it comes with written instructions. It's a digital sound. You can maybe hear it, but yeah. But it gives you instruction how to operate. Yeah. I'll just kill it. And this is the long list of Power BI reports that we have made. So all this is now available. This is live. Some of these modules are not ready for production yet, but they will be in a few weeks. So for those who are using it, they will also be available in Star Suite on your site. So we're getting there. We hope that you see the benefit of elevating from old Star IPS to Star Suite. It gives you a new platform that will bring you more functionality. It will help you to improve in your company, we believe. So we're here. So if anybody would like to dive more into the details, we have people here who can guide you through. And there are breakout sessions that are going to take us into details as well. I think that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Per Anders. Now we're going to have a short session with our CTO before we have a break, and then he will be back on stage afterwards. So CTO Carl Fredrik, he has an education, he has a Master of Science in Computer Science from 1985. He has 25 years